Hey guys, it's Carrie from Sweet Potato Chronicles, and I'm back again with another recipe from our series from our cookbook, How to Feed a Family, and this time it's all about desserts. Of course, kids want desserts after every single meal, but parents are always looking for ways to regulate that sugar intake and the consequences of it. So we came up with a dessert that's not too sweet, but special enough for celebrations. In fact, I came up with it for my son Julian's first birthday. I wish I could tell you it was baby's first sugar, but it wasn't. Okay, so let's get started. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then we're going to start with our wet ingredients today. We've got half a cup of softened butter. Just leave it on the counter for an hour before you get started, and it will soften up for you and make everything so much easier. Then you've got a half a cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of white sugar. Get that in there. And you're just going to make sure it's off your spatula. Give it a little whiz until it's light and fluffy and kind of creamy, until it all looks lighter than when it started. There we go. Now you're going to add 2 eggs. Oh, if you can get them out of the container. Give it another whip. Okay, and then you're going to add 1 2/3 of a cup, 2/3 cups of pureed pumpkin. Don't get the pumpkin pie mixture. You want just straight up pureed pumpkin, because you're going to add all the sugar and seasoning that you want yourself. Give that another whip. Done. Now onto your dry. You're going to use a half cup of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon baking soda, get in there, some salt, and then some spices. I'm going to use cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg, but you could use allspice too. See how fast this is? This is so fast because the only time I used to be able to bake was during my kids' nap time. So I would have like an hour to come up with a recipe. Okay, and then you're just going to toss the dry into the wet. And it's going to seem like it's too wet a batter, but don't worry. Just make super moist little cupcakes. Never overbeat cupcakes, or you'll get hard, dense little muffins rather than soft, fluffy cupcakes. Okay, so that's pretty well combined. And I'm just going to get them into the muffin tin. So I've prepared this little tray of mini muffins. You could definitely do it in a bigger regular muffin tin. You might just need to bake them for slightly longer. So just get them right in there. Look, I'm already making a mess. It's all fine. It's almost kind of moussey, this recipe. It's really, really light. Just carry on like that. Then you're going to get them in the oven for about 25 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. You'll know that they're ready when a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Keep an eye on them because it really depends on the size of your muffin tin. If your muffin tin is a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, actually it couldn't possibly be smaller than these. These are the teeniest muffin tins ever. Okay, now I'm just going to get them in the oven for about 25 minutes. Okay, so while that batch is baking, I've just started icing these little guys. This icing is really simple. It's just cream cheese, butter, icing sugar, and vanilla, just kind of whipped up. And I just like a little dollop. You could get fancy with a piping bag, but I'm not going to. So whether you're just pleasing your family on a Sunday night or you're actually making your baby's first cake, I hope you'll try these baby cakes, and all you'll need to do is make a wish. See you next time.